heads together. Thanks to people who are already in chat. That's really appreciated. I'm struggling to get my head together today. Some seriously poor quality sleep last night. But hey ho. Probably partially because I finished my last night's stream much later than I'd planned because my clock wasn't refreshing. But I have coffee, and I have homemade chocolate brownie. We haven't made it. My wife's mother makes amazing cakes, especially brownies, and she does them gluten-free for us as well. So I had chocolate brownie at least. Hi Mel. So hopefully, with coffee and an injection of sugar, we can get going. So, if I can control my hand pain, we will pick up Chapter 10, Anarchy in Paradise. Hi Zen. Thanks for dropping by as well. But as we're already on Yavin, we'll start with the Alliance Recruitment of Talos Drellik, and we will take it from there. Today may be a shorter stream, I'll see how I feel. But I know everyone will understand, so let's just get something started.
Stand down, team. I'd wager we're not looking at an attack. No need to pick a fight. Unless, of course, you're a looter. I simply can't abide tomb robbers.
I'm more interested in picking at your brain rather than a tomb wall. Hey, I wouldn't dream of taking anything that doesn't belong to me. Well, that's just a lie from Siani, isn't it? Yeah, with all the deadly traps and horrifying ghosts, it's you guys I should be afraid of.
You wouldn't be the first to underestimate the wherewithal of the Imperial Reclamation Service. But deadly traps and ghosts are our daily victuals. Talos Drellik, at your service.
What's a victual?
Welcome to my humble expedition. I know what you're thinking. What dastardly evil could they be unearthing here? The answer is less sinister than you might assume. We're studying the Temple of Sacrifice, or parts related anyway. In hindsight, I realize that isn't helping my case.
You're right, that was destroyed to prevent the Sith Emperor's resurrection.
Even if it were inherently evil, which I doubt, knowing its workings can be used for good. The temple was created by the Emperor's design, much like the Eternal Empire. I suspect there could be shared elements in the technology. We're working to exhume functional samples.
Lovely.
But the Massassi make the work quite dangerous.
It's brilliant if you do the Talos Drellik on a Sith Inquisitor, because he goes on to say, I'd given great thought to what should go on your tomb. But as you're alive, that's not needed. If you're right, it could give us an edge.
That's the spirit.
Assassinate
Here are
him.
the locations we should
Exactly.
search. I'll be right behind you.
This one is fine right until
Are you okay?
you get to the really tough Massassi at the end. Right, excuse me munching. So the first one we need to go to is where? Oh, way away. Oh well. Let's have a ride. So yes, this is probably one of my least polished streams ever, but never mind. This chocolate brownie, you're automatically forgiven. It's amazing. My mother-in-law's chocolate brownies are amazing. She can't seem to put the same into the normal chocolate cakes for some reason. But a whole maybe chocolate cake brownie would chocolate brownie cake might not exactly be great. And I keep looking for the dismount option in the Old Republic. It doesn't exist. You have to either use an ability or hit the same mount as you currently have, that you're currently riding. A dismount button would be much better, in my humble, uninformed opinion. Can't imagine chocolate cake brownie either. No, fair enough. Oh, not in line of sight. Half his body is clearly cannot see target. You mean you can't see? Yes, indeed, waterfalls. Waterfalls on Yavin are really nice. They really up the game with the Yavin waterfalls compared to the ones on Macabre, actually. And yes, Goldmom. Over here we call that a brownie pie. Oh, do you? Pie? Really? But then again, I don't understand us having shepherd's pie in the UK either, which is just mince, potato and cheese in layers cooked in an oven. And that's not a pie either, but we still call it a cottage pie or a... Hey Terry Adwin! Good to see you. I think it's been a while since I've seen you around, actually. How's things going? It feels like morning, and it's actually 2:30 gone here at in the UK. I don't feel like I've probably woken up today either, so you will have to bear with me, and we've run out of cold remedies as well, so my voice feels a bit thick today. Possibly in various senses of the word thick. Right, now then, where is the next set of relics? Oh, we need to go all the way across here. I wonder if quick travel would be quicker. Where are we headed to? And why can I not see it on my map? Huh? I want to see where I'm trying. Let's do it this way. Oh, well, that's... Oh, there it is. Right, so where is... Oh, there really is in between quick travel points. I'll just ride there. Bear with you, that was yesterday's stream. Yesterday's stream was not Bjorning, actually. Yesterday I did a Lotro legendary server with a high elf warden. So anyone who has been following my Bjorning stream and didn't make streams and didn't make it yesterday, you haven't missed out on any content either. This is the first Saturday I need to be able to sleep and not get up to do things. I was awakened by the intercom. Oh no. Bless you. Just go as steadily as life lets you, Terry Edwin. Brownie pie is extra fudgy style brownie baked in a pie tin. Oh. Sounds like it should be served with ice cream. Or maybe custard. Yeah, having said that, when I said my mother-in-law's non-brownie chocolate cake doesn't have the same consistency as the brownie. If you put her homemade chocolate cake with custard, it's just amazing because it all goes melty and gooey and and is also probably part of the reason why I'm not exactly the thinnest person around. But the problem with fibro and eating is that you do actually, or rather I do, need to eat a certain amount, and sometimes you need quick sugars just to keep the energy up and cope with like energy crashes or just just need to get something in your stomach to keep going. Oh, is this one behind the Masasi hut? Ah, I know this one. Right, okay. Right. Often served with ice cream. There we go. Haven't gone down to see what they were buzzing you about. Well, I would suggest if it was urgent, they'd have probably buzzed you again. So I would say wait until you feel like it before you actually do it. One is like it's maybe regretting the landline system with intercom feature. Yeah. Those kind of things have their uses, but where is the thing I'm looking? Oh, there it is. Observation skills are pretty much naught at the moment because I'm not awake. Haven't made chocolate in ages. What I'm making is great and frozen and defrosted in the microwave. Oh.
Centuries old. Sometimes I forget the kind of being our Sith Emperor really was.
I don't think people actually knew what the Sith Emperor was really like once you get to know him in KotFE Chapter. Any more for any more? Right, recover artifact from Site 3. Pardon me. Right, where is Site 3? Oh, that's the thingy that sticks out the ground, isn't it? So yes, the people just joining. A, this will be a very slow stream, as far as I can get away with anyway. B, it might be possibly a shorter stream, depending on how I feel. But we will be picking up, hopefully, the next chapter of Fallen Empire. But my hand pain's been pretty bad today. I think I had a more restless night than normal last night. But I'm here, and yay, and so are other people, so I'm not on my own, so that's always good. So, trying not to aggro all of the stone rays around here. Not that it really matters, you got fairly OP abilities by this stage, even with level sync. And yes, Goldum, I suspect you'll get most of them today, Mel. If not, you nearly always win. But I think if I get any, I'll be very surprised today.
Without the Force, these mechanisms simply wouldn't function.
Without the Force, these mechanisms simply wouldn't function. And the last site, if it is the last site, it might not be. There's one where you got to open a chest. And every time you break a chain, the Massassi seem to hear the clink and come charging at you. So, I never used to like Yavin, but now I actually do, because it's got pastel-y colours and it's really easy on the eyes. And you don't get quite as many players these days just trying to steal all of your gathering nodes or your named mobs that you're looking for. If I remember right, his father was racially Sith, but certainly a modern one, not a Massassi. Talking about the Sith Emperor, yes, the Sith Emperor, when you meet his father, he was a pureblood Sith. Racially, yep.
Ooh. Did you feel a shiver down
I think
your
Siani,
spine
when we
too?
get to that point, might make the decision to keep that guy trapped, so that she's got extra help against Valkorion. Hey, I thought I used... Oh, didn't use interrupt. I thought I used interrupt. That's not the interrupt, is it? Oh, it is. Maybe he's immune to interrupts. Anyone else? Oh. Lost in Freedom, but was running spoiler free. Ah, fair enough. I have used him once before. On my Dark Side Assassin, just because that's the way she thinks. Oh, we have attracted some of the stone rays. I think they used an AoE ability. Anyone else? Nope, can we do the... Is this the last chain then? Nope, 2 more to go. I think because Siani will always try and get an edge where she can, that there is a limited amount of mercy. And I suspect by that point in the story,
not a fighter.
she'll be a bit short on compassion where Sith are concerned. Right. Before I've done anything, Talos has taken 10% out of the Masasi, all by himself. Yeah, I can't remember whether oh, let's actually recover the relics, and he ran away there. I can't remember whether... I think you can only use his father in the very last fight with Valkorion. I don't think you can use him during Valen. I will still remember my most painful memory of that fight with Valen is Valen.
I've identified one more sample to excavate.
Was doing it on Talitha, who is a Sith sorcerer healer, and I think it took me 15 minutes to defeat Valen on a Sork heal. Great. Needless to say, that was the last thing I did gaming that day. Why does this thing not appear on the map? Right, we'll have to just go the long way then. So it's in character for them or not, nobody else will free him. Yeah, I mean, if you want to enjoy the content, or at least endure it with as little pain as possible. Unfortunately, role-playing goes only so far before you actually think, stuff it, I need to make this, if not easy, a little bit less difficult. So I understand that, Terry Edwin, completely. Let's not go there. The only mild annoyance I've always had with Yavin is because you got the achievement for mapping all of Yavin, which I've done on this server now, but you can't go into the other person's camp, and you really should, the other faction's camp, and you really should be able to, given the Alliance scenario. But you can't. Never mind. Because there's a really weird achievement which I've never done on Yavin about planting a flag behind the opposite faction's outpost, and I have no idea where that even came from. Not that I have anyone else in KotFE Chapter yet anyway.
Are you okay?
Still, it's always good to pre-plan these things. Oh, I'm getting confused between games and AoE abilities. That AoE is not on the same key. Main is Gunslinger Smuggler, so both of those fights were stupid hard for me. Yes, and to do KotFE Chapter on this Smuggler is actually quite, I'd say brave, but let's say daunting, because a lot of the bosses, especially in Chapter, but I think it affects some in KotFE as well, have quite strong AoE things to fight against you, and you have to keep moving, and most of the gunslinger stuff have channel times, so you have to sort of take ages over it using your quick fire ones, you know, like flurry of bolts, a few thermal grenades here or there. Once you get low enough, you can use quick draw, and maybe use the flourish and the vital to help with some damage over times, but all your good abilities have got channel times to them, which is so frustrating in KotFE. Hi Rebel, yes, Twitch has got round my ad blockers as well. I know I'm a bit of a hypocrite to do that, but I mean, not that I get any ad income from Twitch, but although having said that, it seems to be channel by channel, so whenever I watch Lotro stream live, I don't get any ads, but when I was watching TwitchCon video, every 10 or 15 minutes I got an ad. I was like, no, I need to be able to watch this in the time frame I've got. Meant limited cover for Gunslinger and Sniper, yes, definitely Zanelle. And then Valen has that reflectability outside her immediate air, so you have to fight her in close range. But actually, once you're in close range to Valen, she can actually stun you quite powerfully as well. Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
There.
I hope we can finish the KotFE Chapter story.
Return to camp before any of these pieces are damaged.
During these streams, but if I do get to a point where it is actually too hard, we'll just do something else. How did I even get in here? Oh, there it is. The sky's darker in this area of the map. There we go. Right. It took me absolutely ages when KotFE first came out, before realising I couldn't do ranged attacks. I was like, why is she destroying me so quickly when I am miles away? And because I have 0 observation skills, and buffs, etc. are pretty small. I just hadn't clocked that Vaylin had that you must be within melee range thing going on. Had such a hard time figuring that fight out, I actually had to take a break from the game for a day and go back to it later. Yes, that's horrible, and once if you flung over the edge, you have to restart it again. I have to say, KotFE was probably the least fun I've had, both story-wise, because of the stupid decisions you have to make, and complexity. Plus the billions of times you have to pilot another vehicle or something. Oh, and Rebel, it gets worse. You fight Vaylin multiple times, or at least you can fight her 3 times. So I just hope they haven't reinstated the 3-second bomb on the 3-minute bomb on the gravestone, else I actually might not get past that chapter. Because I couldn't, actually. Mel has a problem with heights. Yes, chapter 9 of KotFE is horrible for that, but actually KotFE has quite a few of those things going on as well. Best tactic for non-melee is to not engage her directly, run, lead her into those roaming healing circles. Yeah, it's not easy. You're right. The problem is trying to get her to go into them without running over them yourself. But yeah, I mean, we might try that approach if, as and when we get that far in stream. Love the Walker session play. There's one particularly I struggle with because you don't have a repair command, if I remember right. The Walker session play, love the crossover of terminology. The Walker session play in the first chapter of KotFE is a royal pain because of the number of Sky Troopers that spawn. So, yes, you may see FJ freak out a little bit in those particular scenes. But we'll see. Oh, I like to be in the giant droid on Iokath, however, because you just stomp everything. When a friend told me she'd been in the fight for an hour and then thrown off the edge. An hour? Oh, I thought my 15-20 minutes... Oh, well, although the thing is that end of Chapter 9 is more than one fight, so depending on your choices, you can take on either Arkan and Vaylin, and then you have to take on Valkorium. There's some conversation choices I've never taken because I don't know what their result might be, but that entire chapter with those fights can take a long time. My whole fight with Vaylin was 15-20 minutes and my hands wrecked, absolutely. The Mars droid session play. Yeah, that'll take a few attempts as well, because again, it took me a while to work out with the mouse droid that you can, in fact, you have a stun ability to stun a nearby Sky Trooper. So that may take a few turns, but if we just accept, if we do a chapter or 2 in a stream and that's it, then fine. Sometimes get close to thinking that the Arcanum rounds would be interestingly doable, but it's like they did market research on how to never get me. Yes, and that's why when it comes round to Ossus, I will try it on my own, not tweeting about it, not streaming it, and see what the difficulty's like. If it's on the edge of difficulty and I'm finding it far too and it's just too stressful, then I might not do Ossus. But I mean, I need to at least do it for 2 reasons. My Jedi Guardian needs to split up with Doc, but my Jedi Shadow needs to... Oh, 3 reasons, in fact. My Jedi Shadow needs to have the romance reunion and get back with Nadia. And I want to do it on Talithus so that she can be reunited with Kem Val. Because although she's light side, she actually respected Kem for his defending her. Hey Taffy, good to see you. Oh, coffee.
I haven't been on an excavation quite this thrilling since my old master vanished. Never a dull moment when it comes to Sith archaeology, you know. You were a great help. These specimens should be more than enough to conduct the necessary tests.
Just find something good for practical use.
On the honor of the Drellik family, I'll find something worth pursuing. You've done so much for my research, and asked nothing in return. I am in your debt.
I can see why Ogrub thought you'd be good fit for the Alliance. We could use people like you. There is something I'd like in return. I command an Alliance against Zakuul. I want you to join us.
Not just a lucky turn of events after all, but still auspicious. Truth be told, the Empire doesn't have its heart in that fight yet. I'll begin preparations to depart the Yavin system forthwith. Exciting times lay ahead.
Indeed. Right, okay. So, I was potentially going to do Shroud of Memory today, but given that I have in fact died in that chapter, I'm going to do that another time. We'll carry on the KotFE story for now. Ogrub. Yes. Right, let's go back to Ogrub then. Get repairs, and then we'll start Anarchy in Paradise and see how we get on. Thankfully, it's not like a standalone chapter, Anarchy in Paradise, because you're wandering around the Zakuul planet map anyway, so if I needed to interrupt it, it doesn't really matter. I still kind of wish we could have explored Zakuul more. The potential map of Zakuul is actually huge, but you don't explore it anywhere near the amount of map that they set aside for it. Hello, Hutso. Sorry,
Commander,
Dr.
I
Ogre.
wanted to share my gratitude over your recent recruitment of Talos Drellik and commend your insight. In truth, we have sorely needed an individual more specialized in ancient knowledge and the more force-oriented technologies. Sadly, my genius lies elsewhere, and as these types of technologies form the foundation of so much within the Eternal Empire, it has been a consistent stumbling block for us. However, Dr. Drellik's insights have already started to break down these barriers to our progress, and I delight to imagine the inevitable breakthroughs that will soon follow. In fact, he was just speaking to me about the thesis for his doctorate, an in-depth analysis of an ancient race known as the Dashad. Fascinating work. Apparently, these creatures could siphon and consume Force essence. Imagine what might result if the mechanisms behind this ability could be properly researched and understood. Could we create some sort of fixed or even portable biotechnology?
At least while he's talking, I can eat cake.
Some sort of force-dampening, consuming field, or perhaps an explosive or warhead-like delivery platform. The possibilities, so myriad it is dizzying. I must be alone with my thoughts. Such inspiration must be captured.
For someone who is constantly busy, he sure does talk a lot. What do you mean by that, Rebel, about everything being claustrophobic? And how is it talking about how claustrophobic the Alliance is, how much you're hemmed in, and how much the Alliance is able to achieve with that?
Excellent, Commander. The support is appreciated.
I hope would also prove eating cake. He almost never stops talking, so the Odessan Fortress can be called Cake Fortress. I don't know how he gets any work done, the amount he talks.
Very well. I shall return to creation.
Honestly, my biggest problem with KotFE is what comes afterwards. You do all the work with some of the Alliance, then Ikath happens, I absolutely... Yes, and... Certainly when KotFE was brought out and you got to this pre-Chapter 9, you thought... I actually was like, well, I don't know how reliant the future outcomes are going to be based on how much I built at my alliance. So you put in loads of work to add people into your alliance. I didn't know how much flipping out old terminology, influence was needed with the core story people, so I got their influence quite a lot. At that time I was able to do more heroics, so I put a lot of effort in to get Alliance up to it, and actually what happens after Chapter 9 is you can have Alliance level 0 with all of them and you would still go through the story fine. I know it's a resource problem, but they could have missed an opportunity to have, if your alliance is between level 1 and 8, and between 8 and 16, and between 16 and 20, then your ability to defend a Destin later could have been impacted, for example. That would have been an interesting outcome and rewarded those that put in the work, while still giving everyone the opportunity for, finishing the stuff. But it means now that there's no actual incentive for going through the Alliance alerts, apart from getting rid of this darn flashing icon. But that's hardly a compelling incentive. Physical gameplay, like the worlds aren't explorable. Yes, your companions are all banished, there's barely any voice acting. Yeah, I see what you mean, you can't explore anything. Yes. And I think what I found, and I don't know whether other people found the same thing, and I know you suddenly flung into this commanding an alliance thing, but things, apart from the occasional conversation line, it didn't matter whether you were a Sith or a Jedi or Smuggler. It didn't really matter if you were by default light side or dark side. Makes no difference whatsoever. Oh, I want to get rid of stuff, that's what I'm doing. But so you're all funneled into the same mould.
How can I help?
So I'm hoping A, that I can actually play Ossus when it comes out, but B, that there is better recognition. It sounds like there's going to be two distinct storylines for Empire and Republic, and that there's some difference in whether you are Republic but you side with the Empire and vice versa, in which case at least then there is some variation in the story, rather than the only choices that really matter are who you kill and when, which is not exactly what I'd call compelling decision making, more a worst of both worlds scenario. Don't mind Alliance dissolving, that's a classic Star Wars all over. Some of my characters have desperately wanted to be out the Alliance. A couple of them will struggle because they don't really want to be in either the Republic or the Empire. Hate that they locked two companions behind PvP. A third favourite is locked behind an extremely different series of raid level boss fights. Yep. I'm with you there, Zim. I don't know whether the Smuggler can get Bodar back without doing the arena fights or not, if you've got at least influence level 10, which is not difficult, just by doing the conversations with Bodar. Oh, you can't? You still have to complete certain levels of it, even if you've got a good... The more characters I've had with KOT, I hate to complain about games, but I don't really... What time are we on? 3 o'clock. Okay. With Ossus, what I'd have really liked, with the Alliance dying, as it should, I'd really like to be able to select 5 or 6... Actually, how many characters can you now send to craft? But to be able to choose 5 or 6 companions out of the range of them, and they're your only companions, cutting off all the previous ones that you had, because the list gets really long of companions. And in reality, once you get past the... Well, even during KotFE Chapter, you don't need that many companions. 8, thanks Big Nath. No, you just need him to its level 10 at least with Bodar. Ah, so you could start it. Ah, so you can start it, but you don't have to... You can go and collect him, but you don't have to actually do the stuff. Oh, that's good. We haven't got that Alliance alert yet. I can't remember when that kick... Oh, it is Freedom Fight. Shall we try it? Shall we go and see if we can? Yes, that's also true, Rebel. Let's go and see if I can get the conversations right to recruit Bodar before we do the next chapter then. See if we can get him before, without accidentally going into the arena fight. Arena fighting is hardly Siani's style. I only managed to do this once on, in fact on the American server, because I had friends come and help. I did it on a Smuggler and not knowing that I didn't have to, but having done the stuff in a group of 3 other players, I think it was, there's no way I could solo it. Some people can, but as I say periodically, a lot of players are more skilled than I am. And that's fine, but it just means you, without putting all of the Alliance alerts you don't want to see anymore into your mission log, there's no other way of getting rid of... I would have preferred to say, nah, let's just not do that one. Get rid of them, so my Smuggler could get it through the first one, but that was it. Yeah. I think I'm already influenced 10 with Bodar. I should have checked that, but I think so. Right, let's see then. I presume I... Oh, do I have to pick that gun up, or can I just speak directly to Bodar? I can speak directly to Bodar. During the DVL event, I've had to complete the first 5 rounds, but at least you can do this. Yes, you can. How do we get Bodar back? Welco, you live! Now there's a guy I've missed. The galaxy's biggest warm fuzzy. How you been? I'm never really alive at this hour, but I appreciate the sentiment. No, I'll go for the first one. I have been well, my friend. Welcome to my establishment. It isn't much, but it is mine. That's fantastic, and I'm not just saying that for bar privileges. It's been strange since you disappeared. I realized that even after you freed me, I didn't live for myself. When left on my own to decide, I decided to try a simple life. What's the verdict? I'm curious what this normal is all about. Often quiet, one could grow restless, but for now I have peace in my work. I have hung a broken chain from a sprig of Washir each life day to honour you. Oh, that's cute. Hilo delivered a rare gift today. I'm touched, really. I'd have sent a card, but I was busy being an ornament. I've had you all on my mind. I have no idea what happened after I got captured. I'm still picking up the pieces. We all are. These people boil my blood. They have everything, and it's never enough. We are their playthings. Zakuul takes slaves to die in their fighting pits. Some bought and sold, others captured in war. I help them find freedom. If it's one thing I've learned, it's the only beauty of Zakuul. The beauty of Zakuul runs skin deep. So this bar is a front, not such a simple life after all. Hardly seem like the powers here are doing worse than the Hutts or Sith or a dozen more like them. Yeah. The ugliness runs deep. I do what I can. Slaves I buy are freed, but not all leave. Others I train to be great gladiators. Their winnings free more like them. I've built up collateral for a wage like no other to win the largest stable of slave fighters on Zakuul. Heh. Option 1, and you needed your best lucky charm. I can see why Hilo sent me. 2, that's ambitious. You could put a stop to slave fighting. 3, why would the planet's biggest slavers hand over their operation? It's your kind of gamble. Thanks, Bodar. My foes suggest we end our rivalry in bloodbath. Survivors reap the spoils. This is not acceptable. I must convince them a match worth their interest. I need a champion. Oh, how do we skip this? I do a lot of questionable things, but I think I draw the line at blood sport. I cannot fault you. The more lives will be saved than lost. Is that not worth the risk? You've already made waves in fighting circles here. One more bout is all I ask. Do I have to... Oh, I haven't actually got the option to ignore it. Terry Adrin, can you remember how we actually got... Have I done the conversation options wrong for trying to get him into the Alliance without... without starting it, because I don't want to start it. If I do, I do, and I'll just get on with the story again. If Terry Adrin's still in the chat room, that is. Oh yeah, you are. I feel like I should try and escape this, and I think you still have to start it, but you don't have to finish it. Oh right, okay. Then you will fight for the freedom of many. If I'd known you were such modest means, I'd have invited you to my place and saved us the embarrassment. You should be used to embarrassment. Your fighters are only fit for slaughter. Then why do you seem so interested in buying them? Because you squander your stock, I can make them champions, as I have with this one. So this is your new fighter that you're so proud of. Isn't it your business to know? Don't tell me what my business is. I promote the best fight on Zakuul, despite the Wookiee's refined opinion. It's the only reason you are here. My best fighter is bored of the competition available. Your protege has done well, I admit, but I'm proposing a different offer. A challenge match like no other. I don't trust you. As you shouldn't, yet we should listen to his offer before we judge. Fair enough. I was approached by a small group of wealthy investors with a very specific request, something beyond common arena battles we foist up upon the masses. The killer of Kashyyyk, undefeated over a century, coming out of retirement for just one more match alongside his chosen protege. No announcers, no holofeasts. A private match for exclusive enjoyment for my investors and their invited guests. I won't fight your slave fodder. No. We'll put out the core. Get challenges from the outer rim to the core. I will accept this fight. If we win, I take your entire slave stock. If you lose, I take everything you have. If you live, I take you too. My business is fine as it is. He wants me to put everything on the line. I want the same. I accept your terms. But if you'll excuse me, I've got calls to make. If risking my life spares others, I'll do it gladly. His slaves will be freed, this I swear. We have not fought as a team in some time. Practice would not hurt. Join me in the training pit when you're ready. Should we try and do the first one, or should I just get on with story, which was my original plan? I think I'm gonna actually let's skip this for now and just get on with the story. I don't think my pain levels are up to something that intensive, if that's okay with everybody. In which case we'll carry on with Fallen Empire for now. I thought it'd be because some of the companions you get an option later that says recruit anyway requires level influence 10 or above, for example. That didn't happen in that, so Terry Adrin must be right about what she said there with, I think you have to start it, but you don't have to finish it. Right, so let's just get on with Anarchy in Paradise for now then.
I missed you.
The Gravestone, the Outlander, where are they?
Patrols in 5 sectors report no sign of either. Perhaps they're just figments of our imagination.
Someone knows the truth.
I know that look. You're about to order something wonderful.
Choose one populated planet in each of the 5 sectors. Dispatch the fleet to bombard them.
For how long?
Until they're dust. Someone knows. Someone will talk. But only if we give them a reason.
Effectively, I know it's our own planets, but let's just bomb them anyway.
You summoned us, Theron. You said you had leads on allies?
Leads, yes. Commitments, no. Lana's still working on the major players. Meanwhile, there's a potential ally on Zakuul we've been ignoring. Firebrand.
Your information is faulty. Firebrand's not on our side.
Firebrand?
An unidentified individual who arrived on Zakuul 2 years ago. She's carried out bombings in the Spire targeting military and civilian venues.
That makes her a terrorist, not an ally.
True.
It makes her both. Look, I'm not thrilled with the idea, but we're in no position to get choosy. She's done as much damage as we have.
I'm not a real law and order type, but you gotta draw a line somewhere. Terrorism?
I'm just saying we talk. Besides, look around this place. Not many clean hands here.
What does she want?
Based on her rambling audio manifestos, she's an anarchist, looking to bring down Emperor Arkan's perfect society.
There are elements of the Spire's population who create artwork in her honor. They even trade holograms of her handiwork.
If she's survived fighting Zakuul so long and she's connected
Yes,
with the
clearly,
populace,
Terry
she's
Edwin,
worth
yes.
investigating.
All right, we make contact. Scorpio, you're the expert on the Zakuul underworld.
The Lady of Sorrows could offer high-yield explosives to draw her out.
Fine, get started. I'll head to Zakuul.
I'm back up if you need it.
Just be careful.
Oh
Arkan's
yes,
still
the end
hunting
boss
for you,
here is quite
and
tricky.
Firebrand may not be the ally we're hoping.
This is where I really freaked out by where this was going, because the end boss of this is very difficult. Well, it's very intense, and since they put in, when they first brought it out, I don't think level sync was in play. I don't know whether we're level synced below 70 now or not. Nope, Mel, Scorpio doesn't change. Nope. Although, if you've only just... Depending on how far you've got with your agent, Mel, there is an interesting turn in your conversations with her that is quite interesting. I really quite... it's intriguing.
The meeting is arranged. Firebrand expects to purchase explosives from my representatives. Transmitting location.
There are way less Skytroopers on the way to the end boss now. Oh, thank goodness. Skytroopers are the reason I never tried to do this content on a harder level, because they flipping hit hard and there's just so many of them. Why am I walking when I can use a speeder? Siani is lazy, after all. Agent currently on Voss and hasn't had any conversation with him since he started. Ah, okay. Where am I going? Yes. This. Oh, actually, is it up here? It's on this level, right. This is the chapter I've done since they changed it up, and it's not such a slog. Oh good, I haven't done this in absolutely ages. So, although it's not all new to me, there'll be some stuff I won't
Let me give you a hand.
remember either. How long does this XP boost last? 2 hours. Oh, what the heck, right. The end boss is really intense and you have to keep moving, if I remember right. Have I got any stims? No. Okay, we'll just go as it is and just hope Theron can heal okay. I don't know when they made those changes, Terry Edwin. How long ago was that? 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, it's not an AoE debuff. I've got to wait for it to expire. There we go. Just after KotFE came out, I think. Oh, okay. I probably, just because I haven't done KotFE in so long, when KotFE came out, I think I went for ages. Not long after KotFE came out, I got quite a lot of characters through it, and then regretted that most of them were stuck in KotFE. Or between, and they all had Alliance alerts, and it just felt like a lot of work. Right, so now then, this guy has some interesting AoE abilities, I think. Ah, that was a delay. Yes, I thought there was something. You can't stick around in one place very much on this boss. He's got these damaging nets, and again, here we go again. So many AoE abilities, and you. Right, where are my dots? Let's get the dots in and the accuracy debuff thingy. Ah, I'm stood in a circle. So, although it's not technically difficult, it's just close to sensory overload, trying to, because I've got Theron on heals and he's quite okay influence-wise. It's just you have to slowly melt the opponent down and try not to get in those circles. It's just, yeah. I knew when this chapter came out, I was like, they've just upped the difficulty, and I thought at this point the Archon fight was difficult. It's now not. The previous Archon fight, that is. Just accidentally ran both chapter 13 and 14 on veteran mode. How did you fare on that, Taffy? Kept wondering why we kept getting defeated.
About 5 levels down, there's this one Sky Trooper. Totally wrong program. Likes to give back rubs. Best thing Zakuul ever did.
I still like that quote.
Well, I know where I'm going next.
You shut up. You? Why do I think you don't have my explosives?
You're a disappointment.
So you're Firebrand, Zakuul's Anarchist, wanted for terrorism. I expected more.
If I shoot you, you won't have to worry about it.
If you fire, you'll be dead in seconds.
Tell you what. No weapons. You and me, hands and teeth.
Let's just tone this down before someone starts selling tickets.
I've never done that conversation before. That's right? Brilliant.
Just Kaliyo is fine. Firebrand's what the locals call me to brighten their sad little lives. And I guess you're the big mean Outlander. I heard what you did at the droid factory. Place almost melted down. Would have been more impressive if it had, but the blackout was kind of fun. What brings you here?
I'm building an alliance against Archon. You've got skills and resources I need.
I'm not a good team player.
Yeah, at least she tells the truth at that point.
Look, I'm in the middle of something big. You kind of stole my thunder with the factory, and you lied about bringing explosives. So that's 2 points against you.
We also just saved you from Sky Troopers.
Yeah, true. And there are more coming, so I could use backup. You want to tag along, we can talk and work.
I'm going to need details, but not here.
Like I said, you stole my thunder. Now I'm stealing it back.
I'll leave you to it. There's a contact I need to meet.
By contact, he means the back-rubbing droid, the Sky Trooper that Kaliyo just referenced.
First stop is the old world power junctions. You know how to cold rig a detonator?
Kaliyo, your use, that's an infinite amount of points against you.
Rise and shine.
I used to have a healing agent who, for his sins, romanced Kaliyo, and it has to be the most hard work getting somebody back, even though she was absolutely fine with you all those years ago. Right, there's a repair droid up here, which is actually safe to use. Looking back, I don't know how I got through all the stuff with the healing agent. I do have a fairly new-ish healing agent, but I've just not felt like playing healers for quite a while. Now then, just to give me an edge, does she accept any of these gifts? I kind of need whatever I can where Kaliyo's concerned.
Not bad at all. I can do something with this.
Where are we up to with her influence? I don't know why I still occasionally call it affection. I don't want affection from Kaliyo Djannis.
Not bad at all.
There we go. Up to level 5. That's probably enough. Ew. Needless to say, I've only ever run the Kaliyo Djannis romance once, and I will not be repeating it. She's her, as Mel put it, and she doesn't change even when in a relationship. In fact, I hate Kaliyo so much that Marisi, my current fairly low-ish level agent, doesn't ever run with her. I'm not even sure how many of the conversations she's bothered doing. Zinel says, okay, soloing a healer but find healing in a group difficult. Yes, it's multitasking, isn't it? Yeah, I wouldn't be any good at that either. I'm crouching here because I thought you got ambushed by Sky Troopers. Ah, unless this is some of the stuff Terry Adam was talking about. I'm pretty sure when you first came here, some Sky Troopers flew in onto this platform. It's gradually coming screaming back to me. Forget to watch my own health. Yes, having attempted, even in small groups, healing before, I need to heal myself, but other people need healing. It's just too much as a demand. And the nature of KotFE code set means I mostly will not be running it again on another healer. I did it with Talitha because I really wanted to keep playing Talitha as much as possible. But it's painful once you get past once you get into Kota. It's just such hard work playing heals on this solo content. Come on, healer, have you not got a cleanse ability in there somewhere? Get rid of this poison. Hate healing, get stressed and go to pieces. Yes. And for the same reason I don't do tanking, because it's so technical to do it right. It's easy if you are in a group, just do DPS, because it's just a case of stay alive, don't walk in the stupid, and just keep hammering them, basically. So the intercom buzz again. My presence has been requested to go shopping. Oh. As other people say to me, Terry Adwin, make sure you're looking after yourself as well. But just do what you can to be nice, I suppose. But make sure you give yourself time when you get back, okay?
Keep an eye out for sky troopers. I've got to wire a jury-rigged ion grenade into the power junction. I mess up, we all fry. That blackout you caused shows the whole system's vulnerable. You know about the Overwatch?
Some sort of command center?
Smart girl. Overwatch is where they run half the droids in the Spire. Sky troopers, building crews, med units, you name it. We blow a couple of junctions at once, Overwatch security goes down. Force fields, scanners, no power. We walk right in.
This whole city runs on machines. If we interfere with the Overwatch controls, the Spire will practically shut down.
Yeah, these people. The droids do everything for them. Most of the locals sit around drooling while their tech feeds and protects them.
Oh yeah, and Kaliyo gets you zipping all around to sort out old grudges as well.
We're gonna show them real life for a day or two. No droids. Just until it's fixed.
Vector is great, actually. It took me a few agents to really warm to him. And the romance is interesting as well. I think you said your agent's a he, so that's not an option. But yeah, Vector is intriguing. I did run an agent that accidentally ended up looking very much like Kaliyo during the old DVL event, and they got on really well because she was just a complete rebel and just did everything. She was my sort of character that I want to get stress out with, kind of thing. That's also very true, Terry Adwin, yeah. Since she's the first companion for the agents, I know how messed up that crew will be by the end. It's such a mismatch. When Valkorion says these people kind of, I don't know why you're still with them, kind of thing, in the Visions chapter with the agent, it's so totally true. You've just got people who should never be seen together at any point. And yes, it did work very well with my dark side agent, Mel. So the Kaliyo one is great if you are a dark sider. As obviously as Scorpio, but you don't get her until Belsavus, so it's quite late on. Look after yourself, Terry Adwin, please.
We might be able to do more. What about reprogramming the droids from Overwatch Command?
I wasn't planning on spending long in there, and tech isn't my thing. Look, you came to me. You don't like my methods? I don't really care. But I'll throw in a bonus. Tavor Slen, the Overwatch administrator? The data he needs to run those droids is pretty much a blueprint for the city. You ever plan an attack here, you'll need that data. Defenses, vulnerabilities, everything. So we get inside, we both get something good.
And Mel, it took me absolutely ages to realise that if you run with Dr. Lokin and he's not in his healing stance, he actually does transform into Zakuul partway. If he's in defense or if he's in tank or DPS, he does turn into Zakuul in combat. You don't see it when he's in healing mode because he doesn't need to be. So there's all sorts of yeah, seriously. There's also the agent one seems that there's a few. 2 or 3 of the class stories that have intricacies, but the agent one seems to have lots of them. So my current agent, I'm hopefully going to get to a point where she becomes a double agent, triple agent, whatever you want to call it, for the Republic. But it involves a lot of things being done carefully, because there's some interesting options towards the end of the story that I want to be able to explore for the first time. But I've got to feel up to playing a healing character.
A blueprint of the Spire would be worth the effort. Let's keep moving.
Come on. We better get to the next junction before the Sky Troopers show.
Yes, she does, Zin. That is true. Better keep moving before the Sky Troopers show. Oh wait, here they are. Oops. Pressing the wrong key. Get your fingers in gear, FJ. Come on.
Alright, make me look good.
Is that it at this point? The main problem I now have as someone who is now effectively a casual player is for other companions that are not involved in conversations, or companions like Treek or the original HK, where you don't get influence through conversations, you have to have or work for or buy companion gifts to get them to a workable level. And that's too much effort for the sake of a companion. So as much as I like some of the creature or alternative companions, as a casual player, they're not practical if you're trying to do stuff beyond the original planets. It's fine if you're just doing, running around the original planets with them because you can get cheap gifts from fleet. But anything beyond that, even running some flashpoints, you could use better influence. And I just don't have the energy for what I call feeding these custom companions, and yet some of them are brilliant. My Jedi Shadow has reasonable influence with HK because he was he was my first character that I created, and it was during the time when you couldn't get more than 10 influence with your class companions. So unfortunately Nadia is fairly low down, even though I retrieved her using the terminal. His highest companion is actually the Sky Fortress one from Tatooine, because she's non-human basically, and no loyalties.
Alright, make me look good.
Crouch, darn it. Getting my fingers tied. What I'd forgotten actually on this chapter, you can get, if you're careful, just in range to do this without setting off the alarm. Only I forgot that time, so I will have to get... Now then, that's through this crashed train, isn't it? Somewhere. Can I go round? Where's the way through? Go round. For HK and Creature Companions, if you've got Jawa Junk, go to the Cartel Bazaar. Yes, and that's the way, if... and that's why you should save up any Jawa Junk you get through command ranks. Where's the way out? This way. So Zinel is spot on there. Oh, where's the way out? Oh, further up here, past this one, that's why. Look at the map, read the map, follow the map. Should be fairly straightforward when you put it that way, but not when FJ is streaming. Yay. Hopefully my wife's going to come back with cold remedies when she comes back with NJ later. I should have had some paracetamol while I had liquid on my desk. Never mind. Right, so now then this chapter is the one where, as you're going around the streets of Zakuul, you could get ambushed. What will be interesting is to see where because Terry Adrin earlier said they've dialed it down how many Sky Troopers you have to face. Looking at that one, we probably do get caught here. Yes, we do. Right. Crouch down there.
Rise and shine.
You also get Jawa Junk and almost all cartel. I don't buy cartel packs because they cost money or a ridiculous number of my points. I never have really bought cartel packs. The occasional ones that I have purchased with real money have been really disappointing because of the random nature of them. So yes, if you do spend money in game, then use those as well. Otherwise, I think the only other places you can get them are in command packs, command crates. They do come from Alliance crates as well, I think. Or they can, possibly. I might have remembered that wrong. Destroy security hub, S5 to U. S5 to U2. Right. I see my RNG look continues, almost never get Jawa junk in packs. Yeah, RNG hates me too. I'm assuming that droid spawning wasn't me. Or wasn't for me. Oh wait, I just took a wrong turn. I have huge stacks of Jawa junk, so I was happy to find something to actually use it for. Yes! Gifts is probably the main thing. You can trade it for crafting materials, but realistically, you're very rarely going to need to do that. I need to... whatever key I'm catching, I need to... that one.
Alright, make me look good.
I need to unbind that key to keep catching it. It might be G or something. I think in reality, because I am now very, very casual, I have very limited use for lots of companions, or even for getting companions to a certain level. Oh, great. Scrimping and saving junks by Black Custom. What's a Black Custom? A Black Custom what? What I was talking about earlier about so much of Zakuul being... this is the actual map area that they created. And you don't get anywhere near any of that as Zakuul. I think even after you've done the Palace of the Eternal Dragon, I think a lot of this map is still unexplored. Because I have one Jawa junk and so 19 on the other. A black customization for an Akdog. There's an Akdog customization. I have an Akdog tome. Oh my life, how much lottery terminology. I have an Akdog license certificate thingy that someone gave me. I haven't used it yet because I keep having to try and find the right character for it. But I didn't know it had take customizations. I didn't think the pets did that. Akdogs and Nexu are the only ones you can customize. I have a normal Nexu. I know that a lot of the Nexu, well actually quite a lot of the creatures they brought out were really dark or sinister or something, and I don't have many characters that realistically suit. There's a Jawa vendor close to where you get the companion. Oh! I've clearly never noticed that, or I blanked it. I really wish I could turn off combat music in the Old Republic. That's half of what stresses me out. When we get to the boss fight, I might take out my earphones. He's really in the corner. He's hiding. That's one of NJ's favourite words at the moment. It's hiding. There's a black Akdog with blue eyes, and my me bounty hunter needs it because it makes all Akdogs look like... Ah, that's cute. A black Akdog with blue eyes. Oh, I might have to look at that then. I don't know what the requirement is, but that might make me want to run with it a little bit more. Well, to use it in the first place, but... Thing is, some of these things are like commitments, aren't they? Getting a new companion almost makes you think you should be running around with them. And I struggle to know who to play anymore. I should probably delete and then forget that I've had things deleted, so that I only have a limited number of characters to play, rather than the high number I currently have. The frogs have customs. Oh, do they? I use that. Talitha's got quite a high frog, actually. Not in the Mines of Moria kind of high, but... Ginks, yes, or Jinx, or however you want to pronounce it. I don't know if it's a hard G or a soft G. Oh, I thought about using this to make an actual more a commandery outfit, didn't I? Forgot about that. Sewer ginks, lovely. Taffy brought my top marauder a mantor once because I hate those things. They remind me of praying mantises. Oh, those things are so creepy, but Kay wanted to subjugate one because she's barbarian. I hate these things, therefore I will make them my slaves. Oh, Party Jawa doesn't feature in the cutscene. There's a shame.
Okay, we're set. But I've got to stick around a minute. Supposed to meet a contact.
What kind of contact?
A local. Won't take long. But get too close and you'll scare her off.
I'll scare her off. This was the scene where I was like, does my agent want to actually get back with her? Can I not just refuse? No, she's important to the story later on, but...
Firebrand? Everything's ready. I've got the Overwatch data and the rest. The rest is done too.
Good girl. Who says you can't get your hands dirty?
Listen, the others, they're out. They won't say anything, but they're getting their scars fixed. It's not fun anymore.
Yeah, well, they're morons. We've got each other.
I need to go.
Don't forget, you cause me problems. Those scars can get deeper.
I hate Kaliyo. Why couldn't they have made a
idiots and cowards.
Save or kill Kaliyo option later?
I met Alderaanian nobles less pampered. More backbone, too.
Care to explain what that exchange was about?
I've picked up a few fans over the years. That girl, daughter of the Overwatch administrator.
Why is she helping you?
Same reason they all did. They're sheltered kids and rebellion is taboo. They don't really want Zakuul overthrown. But almost getting blown up? Getting a few scars before the droids make them pretty again? Oh, that's a mark of pride.
Yet they've abandoned you.
That woman said the others were out. That they're getting their scars healed.
Apparently some outlander turned up and soured my pals on rebellion. It's too close to home now. One more power conduit, then the show starts.
She's always annoyed Taffy Sniper because Kay's an attack first and assess the situation later type, and Ellison always wants to find a good sniper perch for engaging. Right, so we've got to do something else here. Oh, we have, haven't we? That's right. That party jar was going to actually distract me in a minute, isn't it? Oh, no way, Sky Troopers. Who would have thought? Oh. I always get confused even after all this time because the bounty hunter mercenary has an option to be able to do what's called penetrating rounds here, and I think blazing bolts on the mercenary while on the go, and I keep forgetting that option isn't available in the trait tree for a gunslinger. And I really, really seriously wish it was. But it means I keep interrupting my own penetrating rounds. It's always fun to hear the sort of questing mission things that you DHS people do together. Now then, can I reach that before too far away? No, this one triggers really quickly. Gunsling's are actually a public version of agent skills-wise. Yes, it's true. Mostly, anyway. Oh, Night of Zakuul. Forgot about that one.
You want some of this?
Those two characters made a long time before I joined Zintafis. Ah, fair enough. Shenanigans. The first time, Talitha had an interesting approach to Kaliyo, and that was ridicule her in order to cope with her. And it was Talitha ran this chapter the same time as they brought out. They got obsessed with bringing out HK55 bits and pieces, and I've got a screenshot somewhere of. I wonder if I can find it and put it up on screen for a second. But they, yes, I can. She gave Kaliyo HK55's mask. Now then, where is... Maybe here. KotFE Chapters. Where is it? Where is it? Tell me I've still got it, because it just looks brilliant. Oh, I need to find it. I need to find it. I'm gonna have to search for it. Darn it. So... Yes, this one. Oh, it's too big. But if I move it around... There we go. Put Kaliyo in HK55's mask, because, what the heck, she deserves it. Master Orcus is not a chicken! No, we're back to that. That's why I still had that layer in my, in OBS. That's a vast improvement. By the way, hi Fly Girl. There we go. So yes, that's how you cope with... No, probably wouldn't, in fact, agree with that. The Master August is not a chicken is a very old reference to something way back when. It came up really randomly, and I had to actually find a screenshot of... Did I do my repairs, or did I just get distracted? I did my repairs. I can't even remember how it even came about. But no, Master August is not a chicken is a repeat. Is one of those repeat in jokes now that the only people who were there at the time know about and understand. Slight difference. Oh, talking about Zinel's thing about Republic class has a counterpart to the Imperial side and always used to confuse it with Bounty Hunter troop and. Yes, yeah, you can see some of the things that are kind of overlaps, but also kind of not really. Someone's talking about cooking a chicken. Yeah, something along those lines. I wish I had a better memory, and I don't think I managed to get a clip done of that time. Really should. Then someone else mentioned August and the magic happened. I wonder if it was a crossover and it was something no, it wasn't August. It wasn't that recent. Well, I don't know. Oh, I think Terry Admin said the run down to the boss was less filled with Sky Troopers than it used to be. Yeah, I thought it was quite a long time ago. I can't even remember how long I've been streaming now, and I keep forgetting to look. I feel like I'm getting more consistent now, at least. I just keep repairing just because this chapter is a royal pain. I don't need any of that gubbins. Yes, that's this one. I think she's on Coruscant and Taris. Oh, it would be a long time ago then. My word. I think I've been streaming longer than I think I have. But it took me ages to warm to it. And then I go through periods where I can barely stream at all because of health, and that's just the way. That's going to always be the case, I think. But this will be the second week in a row I've actually done my 3 streams. So I had to sacrifice doing any blog post stuff because Monday, Tuesday were horrendous pain days because of having another bug or something. So I've not done anything on blogging for 2 weeks, I think, now. So I do need to think about how to catch up on that. But streaming is usually less hand pain intensive. Yes, it will go up on my... Well, unless you tweet it first, Mel, but that will definitely go up on that hashtag later. Right, where am I going? On the tram. Okay. Going to Breaktown. Okay.
You and me, we're getting good.
Breaktown, where people who fall on hard times keep falling, such as outlanders who need allies like Kaliyo in order to survive. Right, where? It's up here, and yeah, follow that Sith. I'm not sure whether I actually need many of these materials, but I'll grab them while I can.
You and me, we're getting good.
I wouldn't go that far, Kaliyo. I really wouldn't. Breakdancing! And it's Breaktown as well. This is the first... This is a double boss scenario, isn't it? Now there's something tricky about these. Oh, I'm not... At least I'm not level synced down. You are arranged and you are ranged. It means I actually don't know which one to go for. Let's just go for one and hope for the best. Me getting good is never gonna happen. And thus begin the second time of where being a ranged character seriously sucks. Oh, Yes, and that's silly. I'm gonna fly out of range mechanic. On it. Go, 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 go. Seriously, this was not the life Siani wanted for herself. They then overused this mechanic in KotFE, where a lot of the boss fights were, yes, you can fight me in stages, but otherwise I'm going to fly out of range. It just happens so often in the KotFE storyline. Okay, at least we got Gold Mob the Second. Break time to replace the constant singing and dancing. Break dancing. Of course, yes. If I turned her down flat when she said wanted to go out for a friendly drink. No thanks. I didn't realise, actually.
I checked up
I'll wait
on
till
you after
she
you blew up the factory.
stops talking.
You used to be someone before you disappeared. You're too smart not to have an angle. You tell me what you're really after, I'll tell you why I'm on Zakuul.
I found out the hard way on an agent that I purposefully wanted to go with Instant Temple, that if you have a friendly drink with Kaliyo, whether you want to or not as an agent, that technically means you're in a romance with her, even if you don't do anything after that point. And so Kaliyo storms away when you decide you're going to get with Agent Temple, and you end up with this really rough ride of a cutscene of emotions flying around, when actually you had never flirted with Kaliyo, you weren't interested, you just went out for a friendly drink. In your head, that's all it was. But that's all you have to actually do. Kaliyo got seriously ticked at Ellen refusing to have anything to do with her whilst using everything female that wasn't her. The thing is, she thinks she's got it all. She's got, yeah, a little bit of an ego, needless to say. But she doesn't, that's the thing, Kaliyo doesn't like you treating her the way she treats others. So, not that I should be surprised that Kaliyo's hypocritical, but hey ho. I want my life back.
I was gone for 5 years. I lost everything I had. I'm going to get it all back.
Yeah, me too. Want to know why I'm here? Before Zakuul showed up, I had a freelance thing going. Had a partner, money, connections. We shot people. The war messed it up.
Who were you working for?
Gangs, others. We're not talking about that. Anyway, I landed on my feet, did odd jobs, owned a club, the usual. But I pay my debts. Long time ago, I had an Anarchist cell in Rental. I came to Zakuul to start the work again.
You just want to cause pain.
It's not about anarchy for you. You want to hurt the people here for ruining your good thing.
Little of both. Problem is, these people. Nothing hurts them. Blow up a building, droids rebuild. Cut up a scumwad, droids heal them. They don't know consequences. Even you killing their emperor just made them sniffle. They've barely got laws. But it's not anarchy if nothing matters. It's just a sugar rush.
You hear that?
Sky troopers. Gotta move. We're rigged for the Overwatch, but we have to stop at my apartment first. Might be more droids there. You seem up for the challenge.
Might be. In KotFE, it's a guarantee. Right, that's the first one. We can now go through this way and not trigger any. Just me, or did the stream crash? Did anyone else have issues with the stream? I haven't got a connection problem. Yesterday's was a connection problem. I had to reset the router, but I've got a full connection according to the Old Republic. Anyway, oh come on! How much? These guys have far too much range. They can shoot you from much greater distance than you can shoot them. Has it stabilized, Mel? Destroy security hub. Out this door. This one here. Right. Yes, yes, you will. I was trying to get a good angle for a screenshot there, but it's hopefully missed it. Oh wait, there's someone behind me. Was someone behind me. Well, something. Travel to Kaliyo's apartment. I'm not sure I want to go to Kaliyo's apartment. In Undercity. Inventive. Hitting play sorted it. Oh well. At least that's a simple solution. I didn't have enough food before coming on stream.
Alright,
I'll make it
good.
Afterwards. I'm not sure why it stopped. Yeah, quite, Mel. Whatever works, and now it's working. Don't touch it! Right, so where am I actually going? Down here, and
You saw the lady who
keep going.
Rise and shine. All right, make me look good.
Mel. Nope. Big pile of nope. Don't touch it. Let's turn the volume down a little bit for me. There we go.
This is it. My fans bought the furniture. Let me show you something.
You can see the Van Kesar Bridge burning from here. No one's saying what happened, but I haven't seen anything like it.
My father will kill me if he knows I'm recording this. Firebrand struck again. The spaceport this time. I was so afraid, but I've never felt a rush like that before. Oh, thank Valkorion, the droids got me to safety.
Gray Market Hollows. They used to trade them like it was a game. Now, watch this.
Outlander's back. We were lucky she only caused a blackout. But what about next time? Zakuul should be safe. It's always been safe. What happens now?
Tone's a little different on that one, huh? Suddenly blowing up a building matters.
They're awed by Firebrand, but they fear the Outlander.
I got lazy. Figured there was no way through to these people. Set my sights low with bridges and spaceports. But if you scared them, I can too. Guess I owe you for the wake-up call.
Moving on.
Now that the power junctions are rigged, can we strike at the Overwatch?
Pretty much. Force fields cycle in an hour, so we'll trigger the blackout then. Meantime, I've got maps and everything.
Emperor emote.
Let's talk tactics.
An Emperor emote. There's a good
Everything
Emperor
goes down
outfit.
in the droid control center. You grab your data, I blow the machinery, and hopefully shoot the administrator.
This is where
You're
it gets
sure
tricky.
the data's complete? The full city schematic?
Every droid in this city runs on those specs. You ever go to war with the Spire, that's your winning card. It's time. Step 1. Blow the junk.
I feel like my meds are wearing off. I only had them 3 hours ago. I am on...
Come on. Expect droids, maybe
Darth
a few
Malgus.
nights. A grand old time.
Or Darth whatever. I'm always intrigued why people come on stream, and maybe you should answer this one directly. Why people come on stream and then say, what server is this? I feel like I'm going to suddenly be swamped by people, although I'm actually not in an area I can be swamped in now. I'm in a phase. I'm just intrigued. I don't mind. I mean, it's a question about interest, really. Well, you can't photobomb this, I'm in a phase. I don't mind if you photobombed when I'm not in combat. Autocorrect had nothing to do with Mel's version.
Life is as empty
Very true.
without terror as without love.
Naked through your stream.
I would permit this creature's existence from my throne. She cannot truly threaten perfection, but only enhance it. But though chaos can be beautiful, it cannot last.
Maybe not directly, Mel, but is if people on the chat on their phones or on a tablet, for example, then they will have autocorrect. Not if you're looking at it in a browser. Unlikely, unless you've got some plugin in your browser, anyway. Because people want to know which server contains the most streamers and is mostly active. I see streamers. Ah, right, okay. I stream from where I've been rather than necessarily where most people are. Population really doesn't have a lot to do with where I personally choose to play. I am in a guild, but so I have friends on this. Well, I've got friends on. I'm on the on one of the American servers as well. Again, because I've got friends there. I don't really notice population because I'm a solo MMO player, which may sound a contradiction to some people, but that's me. Starforge. I am on Starforge. I must have just missed. I don't know how I've got away then with. I don't remember being expected to. Sorry, encouraged to roleplay. I don't remember that at all. Doesn't mean it's not there, I just don't remember it. There's a difference between what exists and what I remember. Solo MMO player. I am indeed a solo MMO player. I'm a social MMO player, if you like, so I don't do in either of my main MMOs group stuff, but I like talking to people and I like meeting people, etc. I don't mind, so I like playing around other people, but not necessarily with them, if that makes sense. It might be because I'm an introvert, I don't know. Since I've never seen your Lana, Maurice, I tell mine to shut up with various levels of profanity. Yes, you do. I've heard some of your, not heard, but I've seen you type some of your levels of profanity with Lana. Brilliant. Since Meltaffy and I most play on Starforge, you definitely have friends there. Haha. There we go. I play this game in spite of being an MMO, not because of it. Yes, that's a good way of looking at it, actually. Although I'm glad I was able to meet people, but it was basically for me, it was a free Star Wars game that I could play, because I initially played it totally as a free-to-play person. Until I started struggling on some of the community stuff like Bounty Hunter Week, because I couldn't get the gear to do it on my own. Destroy the interrogation room glass. That's somewhere through... up here somewhere, I think. Yes. If I have less choice, I'll choose an instance with less people. Fair enough. You should try to get one day in your schedule where you get to play with your viewers, that we experience fun cooperative play on FPs and operatives. The one piece of information you're missing, Quanmark, I actually do understand that premise, is that operations hurt. So the reason I'm called Fibro Jedi is because I have a condition called fibromyalgia that is widespread body pain. These are not gaming gloves. These are, if the stuff that I'm doing hurts my hands in life, and so I wear these to help reduce the hand pain. And I've done operations with guilds, flashpoints, yeah, a little bit of, but intense, difficult, complicated stuff hurts my hands. I'm brave going through KotFE code set again for my pain levels, so that's why I don't do operations. I had to sit and do nothing for hours after the last time I tried to do an operation. That was well over a year, possibly close to 2 years ago. So because of what it does to my pain levels, I struggle to enjoy what should be great stories. We have done some flashpoints in this series of Smuggler Saturday, but probably not the most intense ones anyway. So it's not a I don't want to do group stuff because I don't want to do group stuff, although my family commitments make that difficult anyway. It's a that kind of stuff will usually put me in pain, so it's not worth it. But yes, for most streamers what you said there is totally appropriate. And that's the reason why at the moment I only stream 3 times a week as well, because I've got family commitments, I have to do pain management, I run a blog and I write fiction. And I'm the one that mends the clothes and does the housework in the house. So I only have time currently to do the 3 streams a week that I do. So it's tricky. Hi, Sir Thomas. I don't even love playing with friends. Only Scribes is basically me. It's nice to play some things with friends, but oh, enemy of Zakuul makes him, whatever his situation, a friend of mine, apparently. How long have my hands been in that condition? Years. Absolutely years. I was only diagnosed with my pain condition some 8 years or so ago, but I've been having pain since I was about 13. It developed just from my neck pain, basically, and then it spiraled out of control from then. I think there's some more knights or something going to come down these lifts. There we go. My hand pain has been bad for about 4 or 5 years, and so I have to be really careful what content I do play in any game, and I play more than one game. But it also means I've got to be careful how much I type, including type socializing. So yes, that's why what you said would be correct for most normal streamers. Unfortunately, I'm not a normal streamer, although I do know plenty of streamers with chronic conditions, and we all have to sort of manage that. And also because things like operations are by definition harder content, they're more stressful. Stress will cause me pain in my neck and my shoulders, which means again, it's not worth it. However good the stories are, it's not worth the pain.
Come on out, I'll show you my gun.
Yes, it's not freeing prisoners. I beat up the interrogation room, if that's the one you mean. Antisocial introverts unite separately in our own rooms. Yes, there's an actual meme about that somewhere. Plus other ops, players and PvPers goes nuts if someone does not pull their weight and it ruins the experience. Yes, it can. It's fun to play with friends who all approach the game in a similar way as we do, casually and for fun. If we have party wipes, we just wind up laughing and try again until we fail 4 times, then give up and go do something else. Yep. People have individual ideas as to what is fun. Yep. As much as I wouldn't mind grouping with people who watch my stream, it would also put me under pressure to finish said content. And I have bailed in the middle of content on streams because I hurt too much. That's just the way it is. That's the cards I've been dealt, and most of the people who come on my stream seem to understand that. Oh hey, command rank. Fab, right. Oh wait, I can't look at what's in there because I've got another ambush, of course. Get the command ranks while I am still able to get the command ranks. Depending on how life goes and what Ossus is like, I may not have command access post Christmas. I'm looking for the command stash, and it comes up so rarely that I forget. Here it is. I die a lot on my streams, it's a running joke. I was watching a Lottra stream the other day and the streamer just said, this seems to be the come watch me die stream. Advanced barrage enhancement, 234, power and alacrity. I've been trying not to go too much alacrity on this character. Unless I've gone for critical rather than alacrity, power and critical. Accuracy and power, like I really need accuracy. What can I replace? 113 endurance, 126 power. I don't want to remove... Power is more important. I'll leave that one for now. That's only marginally better if I bother to augment it. Okay. Which I won't, because it's more costly to get just a few extra points of stuff. Disintegrate. 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 What's funny, those players clamour for new content and they exhaust it and judge anyone hasn't already done the content. Yes, indeed. Those that rush through it are the first to complain that the next load of content isn't out yet.
You and me? Getting good.
Black Talon and the SLS are both great for social points. I don't know if there's much difference between the two, but obviously you can only do one on Republic and one the other one on Imperial. Hi Maladil. I've never made it past the base game story. Does the personal story character continue, or does everyone play the same storyline? Once you get past... Well, actually, once you get past the base story, from Ilum onwards, there's a difference in story on Makeb. You've got an Imperial story and a Republic story. After that, everyone's playing the same stuff, but from what I understand, or what I remember about the upcoming expansion, Jedi Under Siege, it splits again, so although you won't get a separate Smuggler, Jedi and Trooper storyline, you will get a separate Republic Empire storyline again. So I think it's going to come... I think you'll get the diversion again, but it's a long road from Makeb, after which is Shadow of Revan, all the way through to this, where everyone's playing the same. Oh yes, what Marie said there, that's good. Oh yes, that's right, I remember a while ago Rebel created Captain Orzik. Almost exactly, actually. Right, now this is where it gets complicated. So I apologise in advance if I mess this up.
The data's coming through. Complete schematics for every building in the Spire.
I've got enough bombs here to slag the droid controls. Fancy automated city won't be automated anymore.
Yeah, my hands are starting to hurt, so after this chapter we will stop.
The damage can be repaired. I'm disappointed, Kaliyo.
Tavor, I was worried you ran away.
You should have turned yourself into the Sky Troopers. I can't protect you from this. Not your scheme, nor allying with the Outlander.
Actually, the Outlander came to ally with me. Meet Overwatch Administrator, Tavor Slen.
I gave you friendship, a home, a purpose. You mock me.
I'd like to know what he's talking about.
Tavor convinced me to sell out. Like I said before, when I saw I couldn't hurt the people here, I got lazy. He offered me a pretty cage. Nice house, free pass from the Sky Troopers. I could bomb little targets and he'd make sure no one got killed.
You sponsored her.
It was an outlet for our people's darker urges. A drop of poison to vaccinate against the disease of unrest.
You were also really into me. Then I remembered comfort isn't everything.
She is betrayal personified.
True.
Even you, Outlander, deserve better. My skills as a fighter are the model for our Sky Troopers. I will execute you both.
I didn't realize that cutscene broke. Look at my chest piece. That's a great camera error. Not close enough to interrupt, darn it. Oh, actually, it's going to be immune to interrupts anyway, so it's kind of pointless.
Rise and shine. Right,
where's the thing? It hasn't. I can't select it yet, can I? Where's that? Where is that thing? Which window is it coming through? Which window is it? There it is. I couldn't remember which window came first. Hey, I'm being tracked. Yes, Mel, he does actually know her very well. Disturbingly well, in fact, I think. Ah, darn it. Oh, did this one not turn off at the console? Ah. Or is it this one? No, I thought you can't reprogram it at that point, and I thought you could. Oh, there's always more. Darn it. Well, he does. Yes, that's very true. Very true. Oh, I like this. I never had this happen before. He's gunning more for Kaliyo than me. I hate you so much now. Right, where are those? Over here. Right, run. Catching that. He says catching it again. Damage over time. Finally getting towards the end of this fight. Any of the personal missions particularly difficult?
You poor, stupid man.
Yes.
You know your daughter helped me.
Some of them are, and when I first did this chapter, I found it difficult.
We're not just taking out droids for a day. I've got explosives planted around the city, roads,
and I've got a
factories,
healer, so
stations,
that's why it looks like it doesn't hurt me.
This time when everything burns, no fire suppressor units, no medical droids, no sky troopers stopping riots.
You never mentioned that.
Surprise! You get it now, Tavor? You tried to use me. You all humiliated me. Now your happy city is going to hurt.
You can change effectively your difficult settings, difficulty settings by, say, have your companion on DPS or tank, for example, instead of heals. Then you have to manage your own health a bit better. So there are ways to make it more difficult if you want to, but I don't. But that's my personal choice. Other people do.
You're talking about hundreds of lives. They aren't responsible for what you've been through.
They were part of it. Every one of them. Besides, you should be backing me. I know what these people took from you. They stole your life.
No,
It'd feel
Valkorian
good to
stole
hit
my
back.
life. Well, Arkan stole my
I'll
life.
even let you do the honors. You blow the controls, I'll take the city.
It might feel good, but only briefly. Ruining the Spire won't bring back what we've lost.
Nothing will bring back what I lost.
Then stop obsessing over the past. Find something worth striving for.
Fine. We do it your way. But I'm still taking down the droids.
Yes, she does.
Plan is, it better
That's
end with
true,
Zakuul's
Rebel.
empire crashing down. Or I'm coming for you too.
She doesn't. That's something that should have happened. If you set up the Eternal Alliance, and therefore you're actually leading Zakuul's empire, she should have left your alliance, and she didn't. Missed storyline opportunity there, definitely. Just pick up whatever mess I can from this lot. There's not enough light coming through here. Just trying to quickly grab a screenshot for the video cover, but Kaliyo keeps turning round. No, never mind. I'll just take it from something else. Right, now we've got to try and get out. Did she direct that comment at you? Yes, she did. She said, whatever your plans are, it had better end with the Eternal Empires, the whole empire coming crashing down, or I'm coming for you too. And yes, so she does directly say...
Want some of this?
Justice for Valkorian!
You better take it down. Kaliyo should have left your alliance as soon as it became aware that you were going to be taking it over rather than taking it down. Yes, Taffy, I totally agree there. It's very much a roller coaster of a romance. If romance is even the right word for it. Spoilers. Yes, I think I mean I do occasionally forget people haven't played everything. But by the time people have got to this point in the story, if they haven't played it yet, they'll have forgotten my comments. At least, most likely. I can't remember, is this like 2 years ago's content? I can never remember now. How long? Yeah, definitely made the right choice there. Oh, no way, the Knight of Zakuul is immune to... Oh no, got it in there. There you go. Hit the Knight of Zakuul in the soft spot. Whatever you say. Oh, and the other thing, who was it? Was it Maladol about the difficulty? In these chapters, when you come to select your chapters, you've got 3 levels of difficulty as well. So you've got story mode, which is what I play mine in, as you can tell, because they're all ticked. And you've got veteran mode and master mode. So as you go up these difficulties, by definition, they all become harder. The mobs hit harder, etc. So you can select your preferred difficulty level anyway, so yeah. Look after yourself, Maurice. Have a good weekend. Then I won't mention why the temple romance was ghastly for me and why I feel like romance. Temple romance is fine up until the Sith incident, and killing her father incident, and then it gets very, very tricky.
Want some of this?
But you would not be better romancing Kaliyo. No way. She really does mess with you all the time. Spoilers, I'm in the middle of the temple romance. Ah, right, okay. I won't say any more then. But in one sense, what I said there wasn't really part of the temple romance, it's part of the temple companion conversation, so you'll get that part of the story regardless of whether you romance her or not. But in the context of romancing, it just makes things a tad more complicated. Yeah, thanks for joining, my Reese. Have a good weekend. It depends on whether you can separate, which I don't. You know, if you go through a companion conversation when you're romancing it, you've got completely different perspective on things. Die! Compared to if it's just a generic crew member. I want to like her so much but can't. Well, that's your... Everyone's going to be different. And I won't be taking my agent through KotFE Chapter just to do the... I could, in theory, just do Capero, but I'd still have to rerun Capero just to be able to do the reunion, so I'm not going to. Ironically, the game never realised Kanan dumped her, so I thought I married her. Oh no! But your choices matter, don't you know, Rebel? I've heard that. Only where life and death is concerned. A couple of my characters really just wanted to say, "Great, we've dealt with Zakuul, we're done now. I don't want this alliance thing. I want out." A couple of them found their identity by leading the thing, but some of them just wanted out.
Theron, you made it back.
Took a look at that data you stole. The schematic of the spire is going to come in handy.
City's going to take a while to recover from the droid shutdown. But no one got killed. Thanks.
So, Kaliyo. She knows her stuff. We keeping her?
Maybe, but don't trust her. I haven't done the Akavi romance, but my new Smuggler that is going to be a proper run of Dark Side Smuggler, if the Force matters, of course, is going to do the Akavi romance as well, so that'll all be first for me. Oh, interesting. Hi, Shadows. Agent never dated nor married when they forced their marriage. Interesting. Interesting. Good story writing. And my knight dropped. Yeah, you see my Jedi Guardian, because of bad decision making and character writing on my part, did marry Doc, but she will be splitting up with him, and I've never done a split up reunion yet, so that'll be difficult. But it's right for her to not be with Doc when Ossus comes out. Cannot stand Skadge. Yes, just be careful of that Skadge romance, people. It takes a strong stomach. Yeah, Mel married Doc was going to go with Theron, and Alika married Doc, but is now with Arkan, who admires her strength over her appearance. So, yeah, it's a better match. Maybe, but don't trust her.
She knows her way around the spire, and she can handle a gun. I don't think we can turn her away. But she's also a liar and a killer.
Understood. I'll get her a bunk and add her to the watch list.
To make them be in-laws! Nice, Rebel.
Yes.
Guess you knew if I found out, I'd melt you down.
You two know each other?
Yeah, we're old buddies. Ask who built her sometime.
You will receive no satisfactory answer.
Yeah, I do want
Not
to
a
try
bad
the
little
Lana
operation
romance,
you
but I've
got
heard
here.
it's a
Can't
rocky
promise to stick around all
one
the
to
time.
do.
But when you're making a big move, say the word.
You make it sound like you've got other plans already.
Thump that bucket of bolts.
Might be worth touching base with some old pals.
Anyone I should know?
Mostly thugs who want me dead. Huts, Black Sun, Exchange. Someone must still like me.
Do what you need to do. Just don't bring any troubles back here.
I'll see you around then. And hey, good luck. We both lost a lot of years to Zakuul. Time to start making up for it.
Travel to the war room. I'm going to travel to the war room on foot. Go to the war room would be quite sufficient wording. Watch me travel. Gotta love mission text, right? HK 51 and 55 are favourites. I think, yeah, the HKs are always favourites, definitely.
Millions dead. Their blood is on our hands.
We didn't destroy those worlds. Your children did.
The atrocities on those planets were committed to hurt the Alliance, but we're not responsible for them.
What are you talking about? What's happened now?
Warships from the Eternal Fleet bombarded 5 planets in a coordinated assault. The death toll is
There's something wrong with the eye texture on Senya now.
Whole cities leveled.
Archon issued a statement saying those worlds were protecting us, and their destruction was justice for our attacks on Zakuul. A lie, of course, but no one can prove it.
Archon's desperate. He can't find us, so he's taken the galaxy hostage.
There's only one way to stop this. Archon wants to isolate us. Let him. We should publicly deny we have allies on any planets.
You can't protect people from his reprisals, or stop those who believe in your alliance from joining it.
I just heard the news.
Hi, Cat
We have
Bane.
to respond to Archon's attack.
No, that's precisely what he wants.
Is it?
We already have more objectives than resources, but we can make a course adjustment.
We should protect survivors, encourage more uprisings, hit Arkham where it hurts. Encourage more uprisings is just going down Kaliyo's route.
This kind of destruction will bring fear and chaos. We should do whatever we can to limit that.
I can get food and medical
I'm
supplies to
very
people who
tired
need
and my
them.
hands are now hurting
I'll
from towards the end of
organise security patrols to hold
the
off any
stream,
pirates or
but
crime syndicates seeking to take
okay,
advantage.
We're only
mood-wise
delaying the
today.
inevitable. Sooner or later, my children must answer for what they've done.
And we got to the end of that chapter. Yay! I at one point thought I wasn't going to be able to. Well, I've got one more. She don't like her kids. No, she doesn't like what her kids have become. Senya's voice makes your stomach hurt. That's interesting.
Where were you?
Bombing 5 worlds to dust. I made hollows of it.
Do you want a copy?
Father was on Zakuul. He used the Outlander to attack our home.
I don't remember him being so funny when he was alive.
Am I laughing?
You've never laughed.
Our knights failed us. They must regain their honor. Send them to the dueling circle in pairs. They'll battle to the death.
finding the Outlander will be harder with half our knights dead.
The survivors will be motivated.
Okay, I get why she wants to stop her kids.
Command. Go.
They both these kids misuse their power, and even there you can see Vaylin doesn't agree with Arkan at all. She has her occasional moments of honor anyway. No, I'm not starting the next chapter yet. No. No, that's next Saturday. It's 4:45, isn't it? Yes. Yay, we made it. Cool. As I said, my hand pain is really badly kicking off, so I need to play something that doesn't involve quite as many key presses and have a bit of a rest. So, thanks so much. There's been quite a few people in periodically during the stream, and those that have been in have been chatting, so it's been great. Thanks for keeping me company. I need to go and deal with my pain levels and my energy now, because it's been a tricky day from the moment I woke up. But, thank you everybody. My next stream will be back on the official Lotro stream on Wednesday at, get the time right, 2 PM UK time, 9 AM EST, server time. Apart from that, I'll just let you all go. Enjoy the rest of your weekends, people, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care and have fun. Look after yourselves. Bye then.